what was it? Tic Tac. It's so funny. It's so funny. If you take a look at some of these videos, you'll see the Tic Tac right there in the middle. You have like 60 minutes with many of the awesome people that showed up for the UFO hearing. It's been a great thing. Also because it's helped a lot of people be able to finally be emotionally, you know, able to talk about things that they were not able to do before, which was emotional, in the way that you need to lie to yourself as well sometimes, because you know that you're going to be ridiculed if you talk about certain things. But hopefully, this is us as a society getting away from that and making something good happen. Anyway, let's jump into this real quick, so you guys can take a quick look at the UAP or UFO Tic Tac and stuff. Now, in the videos, you guys have seen like a million times, it's blurry and stuff like that. I don't know if that's because there's been redacted bits, or they've made the video less clear than it should be and all that stuff. But we tend to see a bunch of these images like this out there. Let me see. Anyway, a lot of times we'll find that the important information has been hidden in plain sight within comedy. But anyway, like diamond in the sky, twinkle twinkle little star, a four-leaf clover. Look at that. Doesn't that look like a four-leaf clover? Anyway, what I wanted to talk about today is that, again, this would be really interesting to pick Michio Kaku's brain on this subject, because he's one of the few scientists that is willing to adopt theories or even challenge theories that are out of the box. Everyone else seems to be very, very much stuck in their ways. But I was looking at this and I was thinking, well, if this is what we're kind of seeing, which is they keep talking about a cube, right? If you take a cube and you see it at an angle, it looks more like a diamond. But is that really what we're seeing? And one of the things that I was thinking about is, what do you do and how do you bend space? So Michio Kaku said that in order to bend space-time or whatever, you would have to take something like a grid and bend it and fold 2 points in order to go from this point to this point. You would bend space and you'd be able to go across. So if you had an object, let's say this was a craft right here, he was saying you would have to bend space ahead or behind or in different directions in order for this craft to be able to move through the space. And what I was noticing is if you take balls, you take 4 of them. Oh, goodness gracious. And you try to do a demonstration. You take 4 balls and you put them together. Look at that, you make a diamond. And that's interesting because that means that you can bend space, and this is actually quite similar to when you do martial arts. Technically, you can only be fighting against or sparring against 4 opponents simultaneously, because that's the only spatial area that you have around. So technically, you're being able to bend space in 4 directions, but then there's 2 more, because as you can see here, this is going to be impossible for me to show, obviously. If you do this, there's 1 more place and another one underneath where you can put a ball. So technically, this is the only way you can bend space in different directions around the craft. And you notice that when you do that, I think that, again, not an expert, I don't really understand this stuff. I'm just throwing some stuff out there. Possibilities, again, it'd be great to pick brains of the really smart people out there that are willing to test the boundaries of stuff. Energy fields, or what is it, magnetic fields, tend to be round, so that's why I was thinking if you were going to try to bend space, it would be some kind of circular thing. So yeah, there you go. So you have those. Of course, I dropped one. Look at this weird shape. It's got basically 4 balls plus 2 more on the other side, making it 6 balls. But what's important is this created space in the middle, and we keep saying there's a cube, there's a flying cube. Could it be this that we're seeing everywhere? And I try to demonstrate that, how you can create that with images. So we did have that yesterday. So the famous Tic Tac, maybe this is what they're seeing. They think it's a cube, but they're not really exactly sure. It's always blurry in those pictures. We'd love to see a video that isn't a joke. You know what I'm saying? And again, I'm not saying anything bad about the Tic Tac itself, but we'd love to see a nice high resolution video of the Tic Tac and all that stuff. And I'm sure that if the army is able to get a pretty good visual, they should have a better video than that. And of course, they're probably not disclosing it because the government never discloses anything properly. And they probably disclose that kind of cool stuff in the skiffs, but I think we have a right and a need to know at this point, so that we can make some assumptions that aren't completely wacky, you know? And so with that said, that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about today. It'd be really cool to pick the brain of somebody who's willing to explain this stuff, and I think a great starting point would be somebody like Michio Kaku. And with that, guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you all